if you make rotations happen. And we know that Dark Willow is one of those better rotators for the start of the game. So we'll see if they're able to do it. Are we going to keep calling them BetBoom? I kind of liked what Sunscan and Syndra did, where we just different B things.
Yeah, Boombox team, BB. There was a lot. We can go with it. I think there was specific tournaments, some issues with the betting there. So
yeah, whatever. It's fine. We could ossify it. You know, we can make them the Bludger team or something like that.
What's the second B though?
Bazza. I don't know.
Bludger Bazza. We dive down into it a little bit. We'll see though. What are expectations for these two teams as a whole? I think that's a nice thing to be able to speak about as well. I know we're not at the international yet, still getting towards that stage, but for these two teams overall, as we look at all the formats at the moment, what do we feel like are the expectations for Liquid and BetBoom as well?
I mean, you look at Liquid and their journey throughout the season, right? Second place, second place, second place, second place at every single LAN this season. It's crazy, the form that they've had going into this one. And they would have had a bit of a scare in that game one against Azure, but they claw it back. And I feel like they've got the goods to be able to make a top 4 run. So to BetBoom, honestly. Like, these two are both in my top 6.
Okay. So anything...
Yourself as well? I know you're a bit of a Liquid simp, so guaranteed.
I am, and honestly, I'm a really big fan of BetBoom as well. Just overall, I think when you get down to it, these are some of the best players in their region. You merge them together, they can have some incredible games. Anyone can take over. Any of the cores, any of the supports, we've seen it multiple times. So overall, this is a treat to be able to get to witness these two teams going out against each other already on day one.
Yeah, for sure. And, well, in terms of that individual skill that we were talking about, Nightfall was really quick to put the brakes on that one. You know, like, the team's been called, like, the Generation of Miracles. That's a bit of an anime reference there. But he's like, you know what? If we were, then we would have won more tournaments. We would have played better than what we have so far. Obviously, you know, maybe it is better to go into TI not necessarily the favorites, right? You want to have a little bit less of that attention onto you because that means that teams are actively trying to counter you. So maybe this is the time for them. Who do you have winning TI, by the way? I'm gonna ask you early on, straight up.
I don't know, honestly.
He's gonna say Liquid. He's gonna do it.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Do you want to go first? Because I feel like this is one of the closest TIs we'll have. Bottom lane, Pure might be our first blood. Able to get some separation away, save turns and take some damage. They're going to be able to drop the Bramble though, so they will still bite back.
Buyback team. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, it's not like we've had expected winners of the past few TIs, right? Like, Team Spirit came completely out of nowhere. No one expected OG to be able to do a repeat, you know, with Ana coming back at the last minute. Same sort of thing with TIA. Tundra probably is the closest we've had to that. And I think Tundra are going to do it again. They are my pick to be able to win this tournament. Just the strength of the CK right now. Tapson as well coming in. And I really feel like he could be that point of difference there.
Well, they've already had a pretty good start so far, so we'll see if they're able to continue. And of course, overall, like we said, these two teams as well are ones to really keep our attention on. So far, anything really been surprising in the lanes? I guess if you look at the last hits, Nightfall is having a little bit more of a difficult time, but has kind of pulled the wave next to his tier 2 tower, so should still be able to get a little bit of farm here.
Yeah, should be fine.
What's going on between the supports? Toronto Tokyo, is he going to be able to win the man fight? Boxy. Toronto Tokyo. First blood solo experience as well for the Venge.
You love to see it if you're a BetBoom fan, and I'm not calling him BetBoom anymore. What could be next? Yeah, let's call him Boombox for now, but we'll come up with a new one soon. Just looking at the little bit of the inventories as well that they did have picked up. No Blightstone to be able to start with, but you can see that Zai did start with that double ring of protection, really making sure that he was able to sustain a bit more in that lane. I'm honestly a little surprised that Nightfall hasn't gotten off to a bit of a better start than he has already.
I think they were, with the early pressure, with the banishment into stun, was proving to be a bit of an issue. Bottom lane, saying you might be in some danger with the Bramble landing. Mickey does a pretty good job with the beam. They're still going to try and turn it around with a return kill onto save. Insania without a doubt will go down, but Mickey looking for his own kill is still going to have a bit of an issue. Shadow Realm, but the beam is back up. And there's not really much Save's going to be able to do, or maybe, hang on a second, Pure's damage. Hammer's back up. They got the glyph as well to be able to dive out of the towers. This is going to be a double kill for BetBoom. We'll see the TP back in from Insania, so BetBoom, they'll think twice about that.
I mean, they're very happy to just get away with that trade there. You can see Mickey seriously hindered in terms of his HP now, just to be able to contest.
What's going on here? Another battle across the map. Looks like Toronto, Tokyo. This time won't be able to get boxy. GPK, though, is able to crash over the top. So multiple kills across the map, as somehow even Nightfall goes down solo. Still mid lane, though. Nisha continuing to be pressured. Not going to matter in the end. And now bottom two. What's going on, man? What is this?
I don't know. Like, this was what I was talking about, right? Mickey just being on such low HP. I think he had only just used the second shared tango given over to him by Insania. And all while that previous gank was going on down bottom, as, well, there's another gank going on mid, actually.
Sure. Should be alright by the looks of it.
He'll be fine. Yeah, all the creep waves were just underneath the tower all the while that was going on, right? So it really just is so heavily BetBoom favored if they do continue to make those sorts of trades happen.
This is wild. I mean, still, I also have no idea how Nightfall died solo to Zai. So
yeah, solo I wasn't really expecting. You know, maybe with a duo. Centaur is crazy strong at level 2. Just the burst damage potential that you've got. And, you know, if you're able to weaken him, make sure the very start to Lifestealer's game is not quite as effective, then you can certainly have that burst potential. And, well, now that he's looked to get into that Vanguard, or at least the first component of it, he should be feeling pretty confident with himself.
What do we feel like Liquid can do to kind of stabilize this bottom lane in particular? Because we have seen Mickey be under the pressure a lot. That's not going to change anytime soon, especially with GPK's level 6 being shortly picked up. So are we expecting a rotation out of Boxy? Does Nisha even need to go bottom as well with his bow?
Potentially, but you got to make sure that you're dealing with this mid lane wave first, right? If GPK is in a little bit of trouble, but again, the rotation from Save is just so on point.
Nisha's got 6 now. Should be fine, putting a lot of damage into Save. Protected with the Shadow Realm. Nisha's still going to continue to hunt if he feels there's a possibility there.
Save's been playing so well so far. Just that rotation, making sure that GPK doesn't go down. He's been involved in 2 kills. He was a big part of the Luna dying previously, just baiting that extra little bit of movement. And, well, Mickey is going to be happy for this brief moment of safety down on this bottom side. I really don't feel like he's going to be able to stick in this lane for too much longer. As soon as those level 6s start to come out for BB team, then it's going to be feeling a whole lot better for them to be able to continuously go for those dives with the Bedlam, with the Solar Guardian. They've just got so much damage and sustained potential.
See, first point up in the glaives here for Mickey. So it's going to be the treads into the Mask of Madness. We'll see Insania is going to start to make some stacks as well, just behind the T1 tower bottom. They've already got stacks of their triangle. Not quite sure. Would you prefer Nisha to pick up the ancient stacks, or would you just leave that for the Luna?
You got to be very careful, right? Especially with how good of a game GPK is having as well. Like the fact that he's equal in net worth to Nisha.
Playing Stampede. They wanted to go for Nightfall, but Zai, a little bit of a stutter set, goes back towards the left side. So a quick and easy kill onto the Toronto Tokyo Venge. They want to stay here though on Liquid.
You can't leave these creeps in the triangle stack for too long, right? We know that what a Pango is capable of, just with levels, basically. Being able to spam out that swashbuckle every 8 seconds. Probably won't be able to wait until the defusal is picked up, but I think once he's even just got his arcane boots, he should be totally fine to look to try and yoink a lot of that away. And that's what's being pinged out right now. Like, Boxy is there stacking, Insania is down bottom stacking. This is what the Luna needs to be able to pick up farm. And if you could steal this away on BB team, you're going to be very happy.
Again, they're putting a lot of emphasis for the power in as well, so maybe with the arcane, they can definitely look to take it.
Bit of a scout.
You give it for free though. Nisha's nearby. Right at the ready as well. Box is going to be there to start. Well, is it a perfect timing out of the tone? Looks like it will be. Oh, we use the swashbuckle now. Zai as well. With the follow-up stun, it's not going to matter. Look at BetBoom's emphasis to bring everyone here for the team fight. They'll roll over to Zai inside the river. Meanwhile, Pure as well is beating on Denisha, splitting their attention onto multiple Liquid members will only result in one kill, it looks like, onto Zai as GPK is able to secure him over the trees. They should be able to get the stack as well. Now, can they get the Ancients? It might be a little bit too early for that.
I think it'll be too early for that, as I think Insania ended up securing at least one of those creeps, but that's the strength, right? I wasn't expecting Nightfall to be able to show up too, but we saw there the effect of that bait because of how good of a lane Pure had to be able to start with that early Solar Guardian usage, end up saving GPK, and again, the sustain is just way too strong on, well, they ended up being Bamboozle team that time around. I got these all day, don't worry about it.
All right, you bet. I hope I don't hear some stutters, though.
All right.
I'm gonna be quick. What are we with, my friends? You're gonna see Nisha and Boxy hand in hand. BetBoom's still got some members nearby, though. Nisha's boat's on cooldown in a lot of danger. Gonna try and get him out with the Stampede, but GPK's able to catch up to him. Nisha ducks into the side of the kill, but it's not enough. GPK killing spree out of the Pangolier, top of the net worth as well, and this is all without a diffusal blade.
Even yoinks a courier while all that's happening, and I mean, this is the big bonus for him, right? He ended up getting about half of that stack. He ends up being on that killing spree, like you mentioned. He's got constant assistance coming through from save, and well, you can see a lot of these rotations that are happening, but it's going to be that 10-minute mark, and they're going to have rune control once again. It's a regen rune up top.
Yeah, this is incredible job from BetBoom. I mean, we are seeing their attention, of course, with being put around mid lane means that Mickey is being able to catch up a little bit, but they obviously feel like it's so important to give a good start for GPK because he can be that playmaker, he can be the tempo hero, and we're going to see that once again, another move out of BetBoom.
Yeah, they can see Insania dewarding, so they know there's no safety there for the Luna if they end up finding her, and well, that's exactly where they're going to be heading, down towards this bottom side of Luna's not in the jungle. If Luna's not taking those, he's doing it though.
Well done.
Really nice presence of mind there. Not even TPing all the way back just to the safety of his tier 2 tower, so that little bit of an extra safety net there for him. Great job by Mickey.
Did you see if they smoked under the river ward? I didn't see.
It was way back, they didn't.
Okay. Well, regardless, a very good read though for, I have to imagine, Mickey there with the scan, so able to get the TP out. I mean, his counterpart though, you know, Nightfall out of the life stealer. We are seeing him go down this Midas route and the Radiance as well, which is something he's been putting a lot of priority on inside his pub games. Oh, top lane, save. I'd be able to get solo kill into Boxy, but the banishment already used. They're actually going to Stampede to keep Boxy alive, and it also helps the reinforcement shot just in case a further fight's going to break out, which we will see. So much emphasis just to keep him alive, but the boat comes crashing down. Nisha, a beautiful
now he doesn't
combo.
have to pay for himself.
Gotta be cautious though, because GPK, he's been a menace so far throughout the early game. Be able to close the distance onto Zai, but the rest of Liquid will get out.
Really nice spellcasting coming through from Liquid here, and just frees up so much space for Mickey, right? He doesn't want to be part of any of these fights right now. He is just not going to be that at all. He needs to be that big carrier. He needs to be the one that's opening up the map, and well, they were forced to be able to respond to that one on Bippity Boppity Boo team for the top side and protect their towers, because that's not what you can allow Liquid to have. You can't let them have map control. Told you I had them all day.
Got them written down next monitor or something? What's going on?
No, just all in the old noggin.
All right. You can't repeat them though.
I'll talk a lot about Liquid then.
Oh no. So, let's see. A pretty even game, 12 minutes in. Once again, Liquid continuing to keep a couple of heroes towards his top side of the map, and again, BetBoom not really changing their early, at least, idea of wanting to play around mid. Another rune for GPK with the shield rune. Is very close to Diffusal, so it's going to be pretty big timing for them once the ultimate is back up here for Pure.
Yeah, that's really what they're playing for right now. I mean, they're sure they probably will be losing this top lane. What's the TP status? I mean, they can make every rotation happen. They would love to be able to withhold this one for another 20 or so seconds just to allow Pure to be able to come in with the Solar Guardian as well. But, I mean, that's why they're playing so far forward on Nightfall. It's a very risky place to be.
Get the rage out early on. Now they're going to be able to chase him down. Once again, Nisha's boat comes crashing onto 2 Liquid. Able to find multiple heroes. Now they might even turn to save as well. Be able to get the tower if they want to first. Not even going to matter. Save continue to be chased down. He does have GPK nearby and the Solar Guardian if they want to bring some extra members. GPK is going to try and put some damage onto Zai, but the instant use of the Stampede gets him out of the beacon. BetBoom now, have they just sent more heroes into the grave? They haven't addressed GPK though.
They got
Swipes
Diffusal
away the
now.
life of the Shadow Demon. Now they'll turn to Nisha as well, completely out of mana. He's got some one charges to work with. Allow Nisha to be able to send him away with the torrent.
And speaking of Nisha as well, his X-Mark usage was perfect in that last little skirmish there. He used it immediately after the swap came through from the Venge, so ended up getting them both inside of that torrent boat combination. Really, really nicely done by him there and showing why he is so confident on his Conquer.
I want to say best Conquer. I mean, we saw what he was able to do with Secret last TI. Let's just say top 3, because, you know, we're forgetting some other people, but this dude's Conquer is, without a doubt, no joke. He's the best of the best.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Him and probably like Somnus is the other one that I would really put up there as Conquer.
Yes, I mean, old day Somnus was ridiculous with his Conquer, so, I mean, hopefully we get to see him pull it out as well.
I'm sure we will. They really wanted to get a late-ish run into this tournament. They want to play in front of a big crowd again, Azure, from all the little whisperings that I've been hearing. That's why they came back, you know? It's not enough just to be able to play. They want to play in front of people. They want to give the Chinese fans something to cheer for.
12 stacks on the Shadow Demon. Fox,
Yep.
it's been a work.
It worked, yeah.
I mean, man, look at the net worth though. So again, all right, Zai.
Oh, you thought you were
Let's move for BetBoom again. Going to be able to secure a kill this time deep inside Liquid's territory, so they might be able to stick around with some pretty decent ward placement as well. I was going to mention though, like Mickey's net worth, and then you compare it to Nightfall's, 3 deaths on the lifesteal. He's really struggling to be able to keep up in farm.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid are incredibly happy with how this early game has gone. They might look like the KDA is pretty equivalent, but it's the fact that Luna is that far ahead. This was supposed to be a much better lane for the lifestealer. That's why they picked it up when they did. And then even on top of that, you mentioned the supports. They've got a good level or 2 ahead right now on Liquid, as well as the net worth lead that they've got too.
Now, Mickey might be the first point of contact though. BetBoom, they're going to swing over from the western side of the map. They'll start on to Pure. But they got the damage to blow him up before the reaction, so Toronto Tokyo just out of range, and now they can turn to the Venge as well. Stampede gets some separation, but the Bramble's going to stop Nisha from retreating. It will not matter. That was BetBoom. They're not even going to be able to kill anyone. Liquid find 4. Toronto Tokyo somehow scurries away, but Liquid, an incredible fight from them. They'll get the tier 1 tower as well.
It's little things, right? Like Mickey just knowing exactly when to show up. He finally had the 4th point in the Lucid Beam after picking up that early amount of farm. And they want to make use out of this this lead that he has over the Lifestealer. And, I mean, if Nightfall TP's in a second earlier, you get the Infest off onto that Dawnbringer. You probably are able to pop the Blade Mail and have the Solar Guardian available, and maybe you end up living at the end of that. But because that TP comes in just a fraction of a second too late, all of that stuff doesn't happen, and it results in not only 4 kills, but also a tower being given over to Liquid.
Yeah, throughout the fight, I wasn't watching actually GPK's angle in. I was looking towards the lifesteal, but just didn't see how much damage Luna was able to do to blow her up. And
Yep.
I mean, now what can we expect out of BetBoom? Because their early game was incredibly strong, but something we brought up in the draft is that Liquid with this 5v5 is going to start to look really scary.
Oh, for sure. And you just saw the effect of the Stampede, right? As soon as you start using things like the Terrorize, like the Bedlam, all you need to do is get away from it. Same sort of thing with the Rolling Thunder, right? Just get away from this team. They've got great ways to be able to kite them out with the use of that Centaur Ultimate. Yeah, it's back up again.
I think his Stampede usages has been exceptional so far from Zai. We've even seen it to address the Dawnbreaker ultimate as they're starting to set up onto Nightfall bottom. It's going to actually drag the crit wave further behind the tower. A sense from Nightfall.
If they have any wards, Sania could look to drop one up on this high ground. Just give them that little bit of extra vision. They're already playing with the Luna at nighttime, and yeah, they might find Nightfall. It's a bit deep, though, to dive only 18 minutes in.
I wonder if they got a glimpse of Toronto Tokyo. Pretty good positioning out of the Venge though, so potential bait deep onto the tower. So Liquid I think otherwise. And meanwhile, BetBoom across the map, a little bit of damage into the tier 1 tower top. You've got GPK continuing to farm. You've got Pure continuing to farm as well. And the Dawnbreaker is second in net worth. We've seen at the recent TIs and what this hero is able to do. And Pure has kind of gone for that scaling route with the Desolator into the Aghanim Shard. Top lane, Mickey.
He's getting gone on. He's
going to be in a lot of danger as well. Instant Solar Guardian's going to be able to come out, but he gets out of range. Mickey, he's got some reinforcements coming through from the right side. He's going to be more than okay. They'll turn to GPK, and he actually swashbuckles right towards Liquid's direction. And now they're not even done as well as Pure. He's going to be caught out as well. Save is nearby to maybe offer some assistance. I don't think there's much the Dark Ruler is going to be able to do. In the end, they could potentially find him after Eyes as well. It's a decent try with the Terrorize, but Mickey brings him down with the beams as Liquid. They're starting to build a high net worth lead that might be difficult for BetBoom to be able to amount to defense or find a way back in. It's not even done. Insane, he finds a third.
I think it's going to be almost impossible for them to be able to mount a defense against this. This is the farm that you're wanting. They've gotten off to the start that they were desiring here on Liquid. And I mean, we see once again the impact of that Stampede. You don't have the Stampede. Luna gets caught inside of that Solar Guardian. No questions asked. Didn't even need to make TPs at the very initial moment of engagement there. So, I mean, it's a big attempt that was tried there to be able to pick him off. And I mean, Insania, his understanding of vision and warding game is on point too. He made sure to get that D-ward off to be able to provide a little bit of safety if Liquid even do get forced back to their side of the map another time. But that's not why they want to be playing. They want to be suffocating the busy B team right now.
And be able to get another kill. Suffocation continues. BetBoom lose Toronto, Tokyo. You do not have Mickey here to potentially help out with maybe getting an objective, but it seems like they're incredibly happy with continuing to shove these lanes out. I mean, Manta Illusion's getting sent down bottom. Mid's already been cleared as well, so Liquid have free reign in the map. You've got a heart now on Nisha as well, and not even that. We've spoken a lot about the cause. Look how rich the supports are, dude. What is his net worth on Boxy? Even Insania as well. Glimmer, Agshard, they are so farmed.
Been a part of a lot of successful team fights without any of them dying, essentially. I'd love to... Oh, Boxy even able to prevent the initiation there by GPK. I'd love to get another stack count by Boxy to see if it's grown even further, because, again, he could just look to come back. He wants to be able to get into that demonic clan. Nice thing.
All right, another kill. And this is your top net worth here on BetBoom. So I should be able to get in range. Oh, never mind. All right. Oopsies.
It happens. You can't do everything perfect.
14 now. No, well, it's up 2. Importantly though, after that, you're able to send Pure away, so you get the Wisdom Rune, potentially Tormentor if you want to. They're going to think twice about that though. They do have some really good wards top though, BetBoom. Might be an opportunity. Let's see what they can do with the Cliff Ward. All 3 heroes up to the triangle. Boxy, they need to be able to deal with the Shadow Demon first before they go towards the Luna. And where's the Stampede? It's going to be too late. It will not matter in the end. BetBoom, all right. There's those wards coming into play. They catch out 2 stragglers while Liquid are trying to deal with the Tormentor, and they're struggling currently.
A little surprising considering you've got the heart available on Nisha. Are they even going to be able to kill this? Even giving bottle sips over to Zai. Is this worth it? I'm not sure it is. I mean, of course, it's great to be able to give a free shot over to Boxy, who was just about to buy it for himself anyway, so... Even more net worth increase. He's almost overtaken the Centaur as a result of this. I know what trade I would take. And look, just like that, the net worth shrinks down from 8K to 4K.
Dude, Nightfall's got Radiance. He's going to go Lincoln's next. I wonder what the thought process is.
Before the... Before that gank attempt, right? Like, he almost had Radiance, you almost had the Yasha completed by GPK, you almost had the Agshard for the Doorbringer, you almost had the Yules for save, and now they've got everything. Even prior to that gank, that's what enabled them to be able to have that happen, not just that high ground ward.
Why do you think he's going Lincoln's before Manta? Because at least my thought process potentially with Manta is to be able to stall the game out with the split push. Maybe you feel like you already have that with the Pango and the Dawnbreaker?
I think he just doesn't want to get kited around by the Demonic Purge. That's the biggest issue for him. Like, you need to be able to get onto these heroes and hit them, and you already have, like we mentioned, so much mobility with the Centaur, with the Kunkka. You've even got a free Demonic Cleanse now on the Shadow Demons, so you're not going to be held in place by things like the Ghoul Frenzy. You're not going to be able to be held in place by the Brambles. Like, all these sorts of things really do add up.
We're going to see
A
Liquid.
slowish Roche, though.
Without a doubt, it is a BKB getting delivered from Mickey, though, so a big item timing for him. But importantly, BetBoom, they've been able to stem some of the momentum, so they're not taking a fight too far behind. It is an early Rolling Thunder usage. They'll trade it with a Stampede, though.
Oh, they already pop out of the Infest as well.
Liquid have really good vision if BetBoom continue to retreat towards this area. They're going to see Pure and Boxy jumps. Mickey's going to be nearby as well. What can BetBoom do? Just nothing. They're not even going to make an attempt to try to keep the Dawnbreaker alive. They'll get Toronto Tokyo on the retreat as well as the X-Marks stops the teleport out as once again, we've seen kind of both recent fights. BetBoom with the 2 kills towards a secret shot was all enabled thanks to that ward, and now this time Liquid as well with the cliff ward by that ancient area to the right side.
They do finally end up dewarding it, but it always seems like it comes just one team fight too late, right? We mentioned that they are a little slow at being able to take this Roshan, but not if you're able to win a team fight and just have no concerns that there's going to be any sort of big gank potential coming.
What do we feel like is kind of realistic for Liquid to be able to get out of the Ages? We know how easy it is for Luna once you get up to the high ground to be able to take a full set of barracks. Do we think this is the Ages where they can maybe crack high ground, or is it still, it's only 6,000 net worth lead? We can't be looking there just yet.
I don't think you can go there just yet. I mean, you're playing as a freaking Luna, right? Like, you can farm so much more of the map. I think this is really just going to establish their control over on the BB team side of the map, right? Like, you don't want to give them too much space to be able to potentially catch up. I'd be really surprised if I didn't see the net worth league grow at least 5k in the duration of this Ages.
Save up to. What is save up to? What is my man's doing? Alright, he's just playing around. No way, dude, he's making so much space.
Yeah.
Multiple heroes just for a measly Dark Willow. But they'll get him in the end. Another Shadow Realm usage. Such a pesky support.
I mean, he takes away 3 heroes, right? And that's the farm that they need to be able to, you know, catch up. Already had about 1 or 2k increase after that Roshan, but every little bit that Nightfall's able to get, I mean, he just wants to have that Linkens. He wants to be able to fight. He wants to make sure that he's just not concerned about anyone coming to gank him. If that means you give up supports for the cause, well, so be it.
Liquid might push them back here. They've got a pretty good board bottom that sees Nightfall in Toronto and Tokyo. Maybe if they feel like in a position where they can continue to shove out top just to get some teleports back to control the map. Looks like that's
the thing, right? Yeah, they just need, like, I would have said at least 2 tier 2 towers, but with how quickly they were able to take this one, I think they're probably going to be able to take all 3 if things all go to plan. Again, it really just is around that next big item.
Oh, actually jumps over the top of them. The rest of Liquid is starting to sweep down. There's a pretty quick movement out of them across the map. Should be able to get away. No, Mickey just there in time with the beam. They also called out Toronto Tokyo as well. Nisha and Insane in conjunction together.
Dire are scanning.
I like the fact that Zai hasn't gone, like, the super greedy, I'm also going to get Blade Mail route, because at the end of the day, like, you can just disengage, right? I think it's important for Kunkka to have it, because we've seen how important Nisha is in terms of his amount of control that he's providing. Now he's got the Torrent Storm as well to be able to play around with. Oh man, Dove is going to be raking it in. Any voice lines you've been spamming?
No, not any in particular. Just, have you got any that you've been you spam now? You're a fan of?
Well, I thought you were going to say mine because I did buy yours.
You're so kind.
Supporting my casting partner, I know. Even check my profile. I've got your picture on it, bro.
I do actually? Wow, hang on.
Yeah.
I was going to say you're still offline, but no, I see. Oh, wow, look at you. Look at you. Isn't that cute? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I gotta look out for my little brother, you know? That's the thing. You're an annoying little shit, but, you know, it comes with the territory. It's fine.
How'd it turn like that? Hang on a sec. I'm not... It's just nothing like that. Just a nice little friendly person. Nice little Aussie. Mm-hmm. I don't. Mm-hmm. No swearing, best behavior.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Catch me on camera. I don't know. I say some nice things. Nice swear words.
Yeah, off camera though.
Nah, come on.
Which you will see us both at TI. We're going to be heading over, which I'm excited about.
Did I get to see what TI is going to be like in Seattle. Very excited to be able to go back. I mean, this is seeing some photos of what it looks like inside the stadium. I know they changed it as well a little bit. So I am, dude, I don't know. I'm so excited.
It's going to be hype. And the fact that it's over 2 weekends means it's going to be packed out. It's not going to be any of those like midweek days, you know, where basically only the true Dota champions are there, you know, the ones that don't care about work or income or money or anything like that are able to come along.
I get to see the NA supporters have something for the first time in a while.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how
We'll
the
see
teams
how
do
they
in the
go.
groups.
No good, but I don't know. We'll see. Ready? Never mind. Not yet. Another disconnect. So, yes, they are. Oh, he's back. So that's a reconnect. That's a disconnect into G's, but we're good to go. So back into it. 9,000 net worth lead. Liquid still got the ages for another 3 minutes. Very close to the butterfly on Mickey as well, along with the level 20. So soon to have a pretty big timing.
I mean, there's still got 2.5 minutes left on this Aegis, right? He's level 20, so he's got those extra glaives coming through from the Lucent Beam. I think what he really wants is to be able to, of course, get into the Satanic and the Aghanim Shard, which he's got queued up, just because it gives you, like, right now he's relying on others to provide him safety, but if you could just have that yourself...
You can't be there. Oh, no.
Yeah, a little too far forward there.
This is just a full set of barracks, it looks like. They are not going to stop. So you're going to see...
You know, once you crack the high ground, right, as Luna, what happens? And it's still nighttime, so you got to take advantage of it. Nah.
No?
It's not too close.
No? Yeah.
Anytime you go towards tier 4s, you've always got the risk of a swap, you know, coming back. It is still level 1, I guess, but...
Oh, mid lane.
Probably a step too far.
Nisha called pure. Needs to be pretty on point. It's going to get lucky as well with one of the torrents coming up from the ground. And now Zai is here to have the follow-up as well. So another kill out of Liquid and all set up from Nisha tipping over towards the tier 2 tower. Now, they will lose one of their wisdom rooms, but of course, you already have Boxy being able to take away BetBoom. So nicely done. They still get a minute 20 out of the Ages as well.
It's still a pretty valuable one for Save to pick up, though. That brings him to level 12. That brings the bench to level 12. So now you've got those little bit increased potential coming through. It's an Aeon Disc finished on top of a Ghost Scepter, a Blink Dagger.
Dude,
I told you about Liquid's hard-to-kill strat, right? Yeah, Boxy's got more net worth than Zai does right now.
What?
Like, this is just insane how much utility they've got across the board. And then Mickey's just there to dish out the damage.
Yeah. And we've got to keep in mind as well, I mean, GPK was top net worth hero for a little bit of this game, and his item progression just has not been there overall.
Still got 50 seconds left on this Aegis, so might try one more time to be able to crack this high ground. Why not, right? You've got the butterfly available.
And something you brought up...
Using their last flip as well.
Something you brought up before with the saves outside the base. Get a glimpse. Got to be careful about that nighttime vision, though. Got to look towards a swap, though. That's a big thing from BetBoom. That one thing in the arsenal for them to potentially use. And they get a glimpse of Toronto, Tokyo. Zai always going to try and put the pressure on, but he said he's X.
Just need Mickey on the front lines. 5 seconds left on the Aegis. Might look to just use his own Manta Illusions as well as Shadow Demon ones to be able to keep this push going, but looks like they'll be able to withstand losing one lane of racks as well as a tier 3 tower, but it is a heavy cost that they have to pay as a result of this. Look at this annoying illusion. He's still doing it.
They're nowhere near the base, man. No one's home. It's just two heroes. They were going for some crazy wraparound with the Infest on Sape, but it meant that GPK and Toronto Tokyo had no boys nearby.
No boys at all. They desperately just feel like one more item is all they need. They're going to have the BKB at least on Pure. Got Pendants available as well.
He's going to reveal himself now. But it's all or nothing. You've got to buy back and get multiple heroes out of this investment.
He's so tanky, though.
But I don't know, dude. This guy's got a heart. He's got the run buff as well. You're only tickling Nisha, and it means that Mickey can freely go to work onto Nightfall. His life stealer. It's all done. Liquid. A very convincing game 1 victory. They had to get the ball rolling, but once they did, there was no looking back from there.
No, not at all. And Boxy ending up